Very good morning to you all. Here I am back with another class, and today I am going to teach you different types of asexual reproduction. In my last class, I had explained you what is fission and what is uh, budding, right? So in this class, I shall be teaching you the rest of the types of asexual reproduction. That is your sporulation, then is your fragmentation, and is your vegetative propagation. So let us start with sporulation. So my dear students, as you can see that I have written few points over here, right? And there I have drawn one diagram. So before I start explaining you what is sporulation, I would like to ask you few things. Have you ever observed a piece of bread, okay, kept for many days? Have you ever observed layers form over it, or you can say a structure, a spongy structure forms over that piece of bread? Yes. Now what are this structure called, and how does they form? So this structure are called bread mold, and it belongs to fungi group. Okay, now how does they form? That is all what we are going to learn. So that is called your molds, right? So this mold, okay, when you observe that mold under microscope, so the structure that you will see will be like this. Okay, so here you can see I have drawn a bulb like structure and a stem like structure, right? I hope you all can see this, a bulb like structure, okay, and a stem like structure. Now what is this structure called? So this is called the stem-like structure is called your hyphae. All right, and this hyphae together they forms mycelium. Am I clear? So, and this bulb-like structure is called your sporangia. And this sporangia, they contain spores in it, which takes part in reproduction. So sporangia is a reproductive part, whereas hyphae is a non-reproductive part because it does not take place in any reproduction. So here what we got to see, the formation of spores, isn't it? So this is called your sporulation. All right, so what is sporulation? Sporulation is a formation of spores. Here spores are formed. It is a type of asexual reproduction where spores are formed, by which the new organisms form. And this formation of spores, it takes place by multiple fission. Therefore, they can produce many spores at one time. And this takes place under unfavorable condition. All right. So it takes place under unfavorable conditions. So what happens, student? First, under this unfavorable condition, they keeps on producing these spores. All right. And when the condition becomes favorable, what they do? This outer protective layer, which is also called cyst, okay, it breaks. All right, it breaks down and they releases spores, and the spores will fall on the surface of food or anything on the surface, and again the spore starts growing over that. All right, and this process continue. All right, so what is sporulation? Formation of spores, and it takes place by multiple fission under unfavorable condition. As I mentioned earlier, that spores are reproductive part, and therefore it is called propagules, because they are taking part in reproduction and they are moving, right? They are moving. Spores, they move, right? They released and they spread. Third, these spores, they are single cell. Okay, spores are single cell. And this wall, okay, the cyst, it could be thick or thin wall. Okay, it can be thick also, thin also, depending on organisms. Then where they are found, in which group of organism? They are found in algae, monera, fungi and protista. All right, and this involves spatial reproductive structure. Okay, sporulation has spatial reproductive structure, which is classified into motile and non-motile. Motile reproductive structure is called your zoospores, and non-motile is your conidia, all right, birds and gammules. So gammules, it is found in sporangia. I think in my last class I had explained to you about gammules, okay. And what is conidia? Birds. For birds, you know, hydra, right? In hydra, they reproduce by what? Budding, isn't it? So that is also a type of sporulation, which is in the form of birds. And they detach, isn't it? In hydra, what happened? The birds get detached and they fall on the surface of the earth, where again a new individual forms. All right. So let us see what is zoospore, again what is conidia, and what is birds, and what is gammules. So will you please see page number 6 in your NCERT book? Can you see this? In NCERT book, so various examples are given. All right, can you see this? Okay. So let me start with zoospores, okay? All right. Now, what is zoospore? Zoospore, they are microscopic motile spores, okay? They are microscopic, they are motile, they are flagellated. Okay, let me draw the diagram. As you can see in your NCERT book A, okay, it is Clamidomonas. So zoospores are found in Clamidomonas, okay. So here you can see the structure. So I'm just going to draw it very roughly, okay. So these are zoospores, which is present inside a zoosporangium. So they released, this is nucleus, this thread-like structure they present, okay, and this thread-like structure is called your flagella, which helps in movement, which help them to swim in aquatic habitat, okay. This is Clamidomonas. This is called your zoosporangium. This is your zoosporangium. This is called your zoospores. So zoospores are formed in zoosporangium, okay. They produce what? Zoospores. And they are minute, or you can say they are microscopic, they are motile, they are very small, okay. They are motile, they are flagellated, okay. They have this flagella which help them to swim, which help them to move. Motile means movement, all right. And they are found in algae, then Protista, Clamidomonas, and Eulothrix. See, Protista, Clamidomonas, algae. This is important, okay. Sometimes in your exam it is asked the examples of zoosporangium, that where zoospores are found. It is found in algae, it is found in Protista, it is found in Clamidomonas. So I'll repeat it again. What is zoosporangium, or what is zoospores? Zoospores are tiny, flagellated, okay, motile spores. So this is your flagella. So this flagella helps them to move, okay. They helps in movement as well. They help to swim in aquatic medium as well, all right. So this is called your zoospores, and this is the most common one. Next is your conidia. So as you can see in your book, NCERT book, conidia of penicillium. So it is found in penicillium. Here you can see so a stem-like structure is there, all right. And from here again it grows like this. So for diagram you refer your book, okay. There you will be able to see nicely and it will be very much clear to you. Please ignore my diagram, okay. I'm not that good at drawing. All right, so this structure is called your conidia, all right, and this is called your conidiophore. All right, and this is an example of Penicillium. So this is conidiophore and this is conidia. This conidia is formed on conidiophore. All right, now what is this conidia? So here spore formation takes place. This is spores, okay? Conidia, what is this? Spores. And this takes place in outside of the body. Outside of the body. Or you can say external sporulation takes place, and it is also called as exogenous sporulation. Yes, I forgot to mention one thing in the previous juice spore. Juice spore, as you can see, it takes place inside the body, isn't it? So any thing which take inside the body, we call it endogenous, right? So sporulation which takes place inside the parent body is called your endogenous sporulation. So juice spore, formation of juice spore is an endogenous, and this is your exogenous, where the conidia is forming outside the body. And here what happened, they are non-motile. They are non-motile, whereas juice spore was motile, right? It is non-motile. It does not move, okay? They don't move. And so this is your hyphae, right? Conidiophore, you can say hyphae. This is a hyphaeal branch. So at the tip of this, the spores, it is called conidia. I hope this is clear to you. All right, you just check your NCERT book for the diagram. This is your conidiophore. It's a branch-like structure, okay? And at the tip of this hyphae, this branch-like structure, this spores are formed, which is called conidia. They are non-motile, they does not move, and it takes place outside the body of parent, okay? It is then your exogenous sporulation. All right, now another most common type is your gammules, okay? Now in gammules, sponges, okay? In my last class, I mentioned you about sponges, right? How they form. Okay, let me explain it again about the sponges. So here you can see, all right? So here these are spores, which is called your arcuocytes. Okay, and this is reproductive cell, you can say. This is arcuocytes. This is your reproductive cell. Arcuocytes means reproductive cells. All right, if you could not get my handwriting, then do ask me, okay? I'll let you know. Then this is called your micropyle, an opening, micropyle. Then this is your pinocytes, or you can say pinocytes, which is surrounded, okay, surrounded by this arcuocytes. It protects the arcuocytes. It protects the reproductive cell. You can say it's a kind of cell wall. And this, you can see a thorn-like structure, spikes, right? Spiky structure you can see, okay? So these are called your spicules. This is called your spicules. Okay. Now let us see what are their function. What does micropyle do? Arcuocyte, pinocyte, and spicule does. So this is your gammules in sponges. Okay. So here what happened? So firstly, these gammules, they are found in sponges. Okay, where they are found? They are found in sponges. I hope you all can see. So it is found in sponges under unfavorable condition. Okay, unfavorable condition. Remember that sporulation takes place under unfavorable condition. These reproductive cells are produced. All right. Then what happened? This is pinocytes, which is a protective layer. This is spicule. This is your thorn-like structure, which is present here, and this is made up of calcium carbonate. Okay, let me check once. I might be mistaken. Okay, yes, silica. It is made up of silica and calcium carbonate. Yes, silica and calcium carbonate. What happened when this spicules, okay, when they dried up, okay, when they dried up, what happened? It burst out, okay, it helps in bursting this gammule. So when they burst with the help of micropyle, this release this reproductive cells. So when spicules dried up, it burst, okay, and on bursting this reproductive cells, it comes out, it releases. All right, and in this way the reproduction takes place in sponges. I hope I'm clear to you. Is it clear uh, what is sporulation? Okay, let me give you a quick revision that we learned about sporulation. So it is a type of asexual reproduction where spore formation takes place. Spore formation, it is a multiple fission. It takes place by multiple fission, as well as they form cyst, which is a protective layer. All right. And next, what we learn about this is that the spores which are formed, they are single cell. The wall may be thick or thin, and this type of reproduction takes place in Monera. It takes place in Protista, algae, and fungi. And this type of reproduction involves spatial structure that we had discussed. The first is motile, that is zoospores. It comes under motile. Non-motile is conidia, all right, or you can say conidiophore birds, which is seen in hydra. And the third one is gamule, which is found in sponges. So this is all about sporulation. So in my next video, I am going to explain you about fragmentation and vegetative propagation. So this is all for today. Take care.